Most people, especially women, are just average looking. Shark Game coming at you with another episode from ChooseYourRelationships.com. Offer of Boss Life Secrets, which can be found on Amazon.com. Like, share this video, and subscribe if it's your first time being here. So, a lot of dudes, man, even women, especially guys, a lot of guys think looks is the end all be all. It's like if they don't look a certain type of way, they don't have a shot, they don't have a chance in hell. You know, this woman's out of my league. And I always say, what league are we talking about, and who invented the league? Because it's like, why do people, I don't understand this. I don't understand why do people try to fit in to something that's not for them, and at the same time, you stand out. I don't understand that. You know, I just don't understand that. I think a lot of people, a lot of guys just don't believe in themselves. You know, there's some things that you try to fit in. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. It's not happening. There's certain environments, it ain't gonna work. It just ain't gonna happen. Now, when it comes to looks, if a woman wants to have a one night stand, okay, looks matters. If she want to have a one night stand, or she wants some type of short term relationship, looks more than likely does matter. She's looking for a certain type of guy because she wants something to go down real fast. That makes sense to me. But long term, looks is only one factor, very tiny factor into why a woman would want to be around you, get to know you. Yeah, she has to be attracted to you in some type of way. I'm not disputing that, you know. But to say that you have to look like somebody on television, no. Most people don't look like people on television. In mid-America, the middle of America, most people are average or below in some cases. Most people are just average looking, bro, in the United States of America. There's only a small percentage. Most women you see walking around, they're sevens. They're sevens, bro. 6. Very small percentage are 8s. A very, very small percentage are 9s. And dimes are dime a dozen. You don't meet a dime every day or every week. Now, you might think she's an 8 or a 9. But the rest of us don't. And I'm not knocking that either. Because beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. And I ain't mad at that. But if you do a comparison, which I don't think you should do, if you compare your woman to the women that's on television, whether it's on the news, in music videos, or in the movies, there's a good chance your woman don't look good like these women. Not even close. She probably don't have the same body either. Same body type either. And that's okay. Because she's good for you. As long as she's good for you, that's all that matters. But to say that every woman is above average, you're fooling yourself. Even if you go to some other countries, the same rules apply. Now, there's some places you go to where, like, I guess you like Colombia, Brazil, places in South America, the islands. You might have the rate of how much women look in a group might be better. They might have better numbers. So I give you an example. So let's say some place like Brazil, you might have more women in a certain area that look better than the other areas. That happens. That makes sense. Because it's a numbers game. So you might go to the beach in Brazil. It's like a famous beach in Rio that everybody's heard of it. I've never been there, but everybody's heard of it. Everyone talks about it. They've been to the Rio in Brazil. They say if you go to Rio, you got to go to that beach. That beach, there's 7s and 8s there. Now I'm not saying it ain't no overweight people in Brazil. Not at all. I'm not saying that. But most beaches here in America are not like that. If you go to the beach in Miami or in LA, Huntington Beach in LA or Santa Monica, Malibu, you're not going to see women at the same rate as you would in Brazil. Because you're going to see less people at the beaches here in America. Even if you go to the lake in the Midwest, you're not going to see the same type of women. And I'm basing this strictly on looks. Out of all the women you see at the lake, there'll be less than a handful that'll stick out. And it ain't going to be a lot of women there anyway. It just ain't. That's how it is. But if you go to some place like Brazil, you'll be a bunch of women there. It's like fish in a barrel. Because there's more women to, almost double women to guys. If you go to places like Colombia, Brazil, a lot of times it's not that the women look better. It's just the fact that it's more women in that one area than anywhere else if you want to compare it to America. That's all. But most of the women there are just average looking women. It's just more, you have more to pick from. That's the point I'm trying to make. That's it. So everywhere you go, most women are just average looking. 6 and 7s walking around all over the place. When you meet a woman that's an 8 in America or 9, she sticks out. As soon as she walks through the door, everybody's looking. That's how rare an 8 or a 9 is. She walked through the door, everybody's looking. Even the women is looking at her. Serious. Serious. That's how rare it is. You don't see 8s and 9s all the time and dimes. You don't. Even some of the people on television are 7s. They get made up real good because of that makeup. Makeup does wonders. Make women look like magic. But look, women are just average looking, bro. Some women know it. They know it's average looking. Some women, as a matter of fact, if you ask some women how they rate themselves on a scale of 1 to 10, a lot of them will say 5, 6. And you know why they say that? Because they be flipping through those magazines and looking at the television, and they're comparing themselves to these entertainers, actresses in Hollywood and in the music business, the girls in the video. That's who they're comparing themselves to. That's why they give themselves a 4 or 5 or 6. Most of them don't even give themselves a 7. And the ones that do give themselves a 7 or 8, a lot of them are delusional. Yeah, they sitting around thinking, yeah, I'm a 6 or a 7 or 8, and they're 100 pounds overweight. And they have nothing to basically verify that they are 7 or 8. That's just how they feel. I mean, I could see if they had a bunch of guys blowing their phone up all the time, or want to hang out with them, be in a relationship with them, or get married to them. They don't even got that. They just, so a lot of women just delusional like that. She 50, 60 pounds overweight, and she's talking about she's a 8 or a 9. And she looking like a hippopotamus or a big whale, you know. But even the best looking women, they have insecurities. They're insecure about certain things. You know, they that's why a lot of women that are insecure, I'm not saying all of them, but a bunch of them they work out, they watch their weight, they always strive to look better, look good for their man, you know, because they still have those insecurities that's there. Now the women that are not insecure, the ones that think they're above average, you know, that's a video for another day. You know, they're delusional, you know. But just remember, most people, including women, are just average looking. You know. As a matter of fact, some women that you probably talk to, they won't say this to you, but they a lot of times they're thinking they don't understand why you even giving them a time of the day. That's how insecure they are. And if you try and talk to them, they might turn you off just so you can get away from them. That's self-sabotage. When you trying to get to know her and she ain't trying to get to know you, that's self-sabotage, man. She ran you away. This happens all the time, you know. Self-sabotage. There's more self-sabotage than ever. It's getting worse and worse every day. There's women that are doing things today that are sabotaging. They're sabotaging their relationships and they're destroying their families. And they don't even realize it. And they never think that maybe I'm the common denominator. That never even crosses their mind. It's everybody else's fault. And see, women in America, they don't really have to be accountable or responsible for anything. They'll always find somebody to blame. It's always somebody else's fault that things didn't go well. And they'll if they get into trouble, they'll get slapped on the wrist and they'll keep doing the same thing. And people in their family or the people closest to them won't say anything. They'll lie to them. Which is going to be my next video. In my next video, I'm going to talk about why you should stop listening to your family. That's my next video. So share this video. Tell me what you think below. If you like this video, you probably want to check out my book, Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. And check out the podcast on iTunes. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.